Regional integration has a huge unexploited potential for increasing quite substantively growth in the region. This region, unfortunately, has about 40+% of the poorest in the world. And in this region, we need to create about 1 million jobs every month. So we will not eliminate poverty in 2030, which is now an international target, if the region doesn't meet that target. And how to meet that target? We need growth. And in fact, we need to double the growth rate. And to maintain it, regional integration can be a very strong driver. Clearly, the regional integration agenda is particularly important in South Asia, because South Asia is the least integrated regions, and you look at the trade inside the region, the intra-regional trade, we are the lowest in the world. 5% of goods and services are traded within or across countries in South Asia. In ASEAN countries, the same number is about 25%. So we are really low, and we believe there's a huge upside because it's so low. One set of barriers is traditional trade regime, and I think that this is a typical trade reform. You have a second set of cross-investment, which means the investment climate, which is kind of behind the border type issue on the regulatory framework. And then finally, and very, very important, is the connectivity. It takes something like 35 days to send a container from Delhi to Dhaka. And it has to go through a very complicated route all the way to Colombo, and it should be only 5 days if it could go directly from Calcutta to Dhaka. And then we believe that these are exactly the opportunities that are created. So with a mix of well thought through regulatory reforms, trade facilitation at the border post, infrastructure, rail, roads, even waterways, the whole connectivity, we can have a massive impact from economic activity to job creation and good job creation. That will be a very strong driver to the elimination of poverty in the region. This is a region that is hungry for energy, and at the same time, we can improve the balance, especially with hydropower. You have Bhutan that is generating a lot of hydropower, Nepal, where the potential is also very high. So drawing lines from Nepal and Bhutan to Bangladesh and India can be a win-win for everybody, and it is clean energy. But on the other side of the region, and there we have been active by linking the surplus hydropower that is generated in the summer in Tajikistan and Kyrgyzstan all the way through Afghanistan to the north of Pakistan. These are great opportunities. I think it's a very good time because of the changes that have happened across the region during the last 12 months. We have had elections in almost all of the countries in the regions. And the new government that have taken over are very determined to improve the growth rate. They also understand that peace and good neighborhood cooperation is also positive for growth. I've seen the early sign in Pakistan of trying to open up to the neighbors. In fact, Pakistan was critical in making sure that the CASA was actually signed and moved forward. After the election of Prime Minister Modi, I think that there was clearly an opening. This is very good news. And I believe also that having concrete projects that show that you have win-win is a very powerful way for decision makers in the region to see the benefit. We have started this year to see concrete projects. The Mizoram road between India and all the way to Myanmar. We see the Nepal-India link on the trade facilitation. We are working on the possible transmission line between the two Punjab, from Lahore to India. And this is the basis for my optimism. Our role as a development institution is to be supportive at the project level, but also through what I believe is one of the key comparative advantage of the bank, which is to do very good analytical work. We can help by making the case, but evidence-based, what different design, different investment can unlock what potential. Pinpointing solutions, quantifying them, just-in-time quality analytical work, then we disseminate. We have to work with other organizations like the Asian Development Bank and beyond to join us both on the analytics, by the way, in the dissemination of these analytics, but also in projects and co-financing. So I think this is a very powerful way that the bank can help.